Created in 1861 and located about 6 blocks from the Capitol building, the United States Government Printing Office still prints the Congressional Record each day that the House and Senate are in session. We visited to learn the history of GPO and to see some of their historic printing jobs, including the official records of the War of the Rebellion, which took 20 years to print, and the 27-volume Warren Commission report on the assassination of President Kennedy.
I'm George Barnum. I'm the agency historian for the United States Government Printing Office here in Washington, D.C. We've been on this corner of North Capitol and H Streets Northwest here in Washington for the last 151 years. And this exhibit that we put up for our 150th anniversary in 2011 tells our story here on this corner and reaching out across the country to keep America informed. This story started in 1860 when Congress finally acted after many decades of difficulty with private contractor printers in an effort to sort of relieve their woes of waste and abuse. They created an entity to do their printing for them. And so Congress's printer became the Government Printing Office. That act was passed in June of 1860, and it directed that a printing establishment of a suitable size should be either bought or built within the city of Washington. And we started business the following March, on the first day of the Lincoln administration, March 4th, 1861. The people put in charge of acquiring a suitable establishment bought an existing printing office here on this corner from the last of the contractor printers, Cornelius Wendell. We started work in that plant, a power shop, largely powered by steam. Over half of the employees in that shop were women who worked in the bindery mostly, although there were female press feeders as well. It was a big industrial revolution sort of place, noisy, hot, dirty, and turned out an enormous volume of work. By the turn of the 20th century, we were known to be the largest printing establishment in the world. We eventually grew to cover the entire half square at the corner of North Capitol and H Street with a sort of ragtag assembly of buildings that were then augmented in 1904 with our first sort of modern building on the other corner, North Capitol and G. When all of that got opened up, we were up to about 15 acres of floor space, all devoted to printing and binding. And at that stage, we were hovering at just under 1,000 employees. We operate on 3 shifts, then and now. One of the challenges of putting together this display was picking the tip of the iceberg to show. And so what we have here are really just the barest bones. Some of them current, some of them historical, that tell a little bit about the variety of work that we've done. The title page there is of the document Infant Care. It was one of GPO's 2 biggest selling documents ever. Infant Care it was first published in 1914 and went through many editions all the way up into the 1980s. And in the 1950s sold its 25 millionth copy. It was always a very popular title, along with the other big seller, which was a special report on diseases of the horse. Both of these speak to a sort of different era when the government provided all kinds of information that wasn't forthcoming from other sources.
To view American artifacts and other American history TV programs online, visit our webpage, cspan.org/history.